Hello, I'm Jim, and welcome to Rallying in America, the Recce Podcast. This podcast is an exploration of a rich history, the stories and memories of those who made and make Rallying in America so great. Enjoy the show. Mark Utecht's journey into motorsports began in Minnesota, where he worked next to a racetrack. One day, he heard the distinctive sound of cars participating in an autocross event. Captivated by the excitement, Mark decided to take the afternoon off. He borrowed his girlfriend's Dodge Omni and entered his very first autocross, marking the start of his involvement in competitive driving. Several years after his initial autocross experience, Mark attended a beer party. During the event, someone encouraged him, saying, "You need to be rallying." This advice sparked Mark's interest in rally and set him on a new path within the motorsports community. I learned about Mark's rally career, and we even talk whiskey for beginners. Mark, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. So let's go all the way back to the beginning. And did you grow up in a family that was involved in motorsports or in cars at all?
When I was in elementary school, my dad spent a season racing at the local asphalt circle track, but that was about the extent of my exposure to racing as a young kid. But I was just telling my wife, Mary, it was clear that I was going to be interested in cars just by the songs that I was interested in as a kid. Things like songs like Radar Love and Hot Rod Lincoln and all of the beach songs, the 409 and Mustang Sally. It's just whatever mentioned a car, it rang true with me.
Yeah, nice. So what was the first car you purchased with your own money?
That was a 1970 Pontiac Le Mans.
Oh, nice.
Which my girlfriend crashed into a tree about 4 months after I bought it.
Oh, no.
So that was a short-lived car.
Yeah. So what got you into racing and rally?
Well, got into racing because I worked close to the 3M Center here in a suburb of Minneapolis. And I worked at a gas station that was behind the 3M Center, and I heard squealing tires all morning on a Saturday. And I went over to investigate it on my lunch break, and they were having an autocross.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know that was a thing. And my then girlfriend, now wife, had just bought an Omni GLH Turbo. Brand new.
Nice. Yeah.
And I went back over and talked to my boss, asked for the afternoon off, called Mary on the phone, asked her if I could borrow the car for the afternoon. And she said, "Why?" I said, "It's something fun. I'll tell you later." And went out and competed in my first autocross. And I swallowed that bait so hard, hook, line, and sinker. I was a motorhead from then on.
Oh, wow. So your wife owning a GLH now, was her family into cars or anything of that nature, having the GLH model of the Omni?
Nothing of the sort. Cars are an appliance to Mary's family and my family, for that matter.
Okay.
And no, I'll make the story short, but the first time I saw Mary, she was sitting at the student union at the University of Minnesota. We both went to school there.
Mm-hmm.
And she was reading a hot rod magazine trying to decide between a 5-liter Mustang and an Omni GLH turbo.
Oh,
And
wow.
I said, I need to meet this woman.
There you go. Wow. That's neat. So, after that first experience in your wife's car, how long was it until you started rallying?
That was about 9 years. Um, Started autocrossing in 1986. In 91, I bought an Omni non-turbo, just a pedestrian
Mm-hmm.
carbureted Omni, and went road racing. The following winter, we bought a second car, and some friends of mine and I went ice racing.
Okay.
And a corner worker at the Brainerd racetrack where I was racing saw me driving in road races, and she was very involved in the local, then called pro rally scene, Burl and Burton.
Mm-hmm.
And she walked up to me at the beer party on Saturday night, and she said, "You need to be rallying." She had identified my driving style from hurling around a carbureted Omni on a road course that I had other things to do.
Oh, there you go. So I've had Jerry Winker on the podcast, and I guess you guys go way back and at that time that you were doing autocross and the ice racing. Is that correct?
That's correct. I think Jerry and I started pretty close to the same time.
Mm-hmm.
There might have been a year or two, where Jerry started before me. Um, Jerry's brothers were always involved in motorsports, and Jerry is the youngest. Um, so Tim and Mike kind of paved the trail for Jerry. Um, but yeah, Jerry was actually the navigator in my first ever road rally,
Oh,
and it
nice.
was what we would call an aggressive gravel TSD.
Mm-hmm.
And this was after my friend Berlin Burton talked to me, and she said, "Go do this rally, and if you like it, then you're gonna like stage rally."
Okay,
And
great.
she saw something that I didn't see, and Jerry had done road rallies before, so he was a good person to have in the car with me
Mm-hmm.
for my first ever experience.
Oh, very nice. So then, how did you progress from there?
Um, well, I was hooked, and we were trying to figure out what the right way was to start in pro rally, and it feels like we did the exact opposite. We
Mm-hmm.
didn't buy an existing car. I bought a $500 Omni GLH turbo out of a junkyard, and we took the bolt-in cage out of my road race car
Mm-hmm.
and put it into the soon-to-be rally car, and then welded a cage into the road race car. And another friend of mine, Paul Shireen, he and I just decided we were going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we went to our first pro rally, which was Headwaters 1995.
Okay.
We thought we could get by without an intercom. We did have an odometer. We'd been told that that's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we thought we could get by without an intercom. That was a mistake. We didn't weld the differential. That was a mistake.
Oh, okay.
And I think that event was 6 stages. And on the fourth stage, we went about 3 feet off the road, but it was over the slough on the side of the road from grading. And one
Mm-hmm.
tire was on the road, one tire was on the other side of the slough, and the oil pan was resting on that little bump.
Oh, ouch.
And so we were stuck.
Yeah.
And at that time, at least in the local rallies, I think they were called club rallies that back then.
Mm-hmm.
But you could get assistance by sweep and continue.
Oh,
And
okay.
sweep came by and gave us a tug, and away we went. And we finished the event, and I told people that it was the most exhausted and exhilarated that I've ever been in my life.
There you go. Fantastic. So, what's it like? What was it like driving the GLH? Is it pretty quick and nimble? It's such a seems like a short wheelbase compared to.
Well, for the second event, we welded the differential,
Mm-hmm.
and to drive a car with a welded differential, you've got to do so with pretty significant commitment.
Mm-hmm.
If you try to feather the throttle through a corner, it won't turn.
Mm.
The only way that car would turn was if we were flat on the gas.
Okay.
We also put a bunch of tow out in the back end. That knowledge got passed down to me through half a dozen people, but it came direct from Doug Shepard, his experience with all the Dodge rally cars.
Oh, okay, right.
He said, if it goes in a straight line, when you're going down a straight, you don't have enough rear toe out. He said
Okay.
you should have to fight the car on the straights, but it'll turn great.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
we took that advice, and it worked.
Oh, nice. So, how long did you run the GLH? How many years do you think you got out of that car?
We ran from 95 until 2000. And by the time we were running in 2000, we ran the national championship in Group 5. And Brenda, her last name was Corneliuson at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Her last name now is Lewis. And we won the 2000 Group 5 championship and the Woodner Cup, the overall two-wheel drive. And
Nice.
to this day, that's one of the things that I'm most proud of what our team accomplished, because we were in a 15-year-old car running on a very limited budget. And I grab that car by the collar and
Uh-huh.
say, looky here, this is what we're going to do.
That's a nice approach. So after 2000, did you end up switching vehicles?
Yep, the allure of all-wheel drive struck me.
There you go.
And we had won the two-wheel drive championship. I figured let's build on the momentum. And we built another car. We built a Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX
Mm-hmm.
and ran in production GT. Um, did the whole national series again. Um, had a great season. We didn't wreck. We had a couple offs,
Yeah.
but we didn't wreck the whole season. We didn't have any mechanical failures other than a couple bent control arms from nerfing into a berm. Uh,
Okay.
those old Eclipses, the control arm just inboard of the ball joint was very, very weak. And it isn't anything that would keep you from finishing, but the alignment would be all off, and you'd have
Oh,
to
yeah.
really be careful trying to get it to the end.
Right. Okay. So how did you progress from there? You've had several other vehicles that you
Yep,
raced,
and
right?
we won the championship in 2001,
Mm-hmm.
and then I decided that I wanted to go a little bit faster, compete on a bigger stage, and we bought a 2002 Subaru WRX that was prepared for production GT. And
Okay.
over the winter, we re-prepped the car to be eligible for Group N. And we ran in Group N from 2002 to I think 2005. Um, didn't quite have the results that we had in 2000 and 2001,
Mm-hmm.
but we were at the sharper end of the field.
Yeah.
So we had people that had real professional teams and were spending some serious money
Yeah.
in Group N. And every once in a while we would surprise them.
Yeah.
I think it was 2003 at Ojibwe. We were third overall. Honestly, I can't remember who second was.
Yeah.
But first place was Stig Blomqvist.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If I can stand on a podium with Stig Blomqvist, that's a
Yeah.
pretty good weekend.
Yeah, that is a good weekend. We'll be right back. Power up your ride. Daily driver, bike, or track beast with Melee Design Firm. Since 2018, Melee has been the go-to source for high-performance battery mounts and power solutions trusted by enthusiasts and professionals alike. Whether you're carving corners on the weekend, commuting to work, or chasing podiums, they have the gear to keep you powered and ready. Their lightweight universal battery mounts are engineered for performance, crafted with precision, and designed to handle whatever you throw their way. They don't just make and sell parts, they build confidence under the hood. Rugged, industrial, functional. That's the Melee difference. Join thousands of satisfied drivers who refuse to settle for stock. Upgrade your battery game today. Now back to the show. That's pretty good. And then you progress from there, and you, from what I understand, you got a Mustang. Is that right?
Yep.
After that 2000, about 5-6 season?
Yep. Rob Bone had been co-driving for Mike Hurst, and Mike had built I think it was an 88 Mustang.
Uh-huh.
And they had a lot of fun with it. And Mike was at a point in time where he took a pause from driving.
Okay.
So Rob actually co-drove for me in the Subaru for a couple years. And then I bought the car from Mike that Rob had been co-driving in before he started co-driving for me.
Okay.
And that Mustang was by far the dumbest and most fun rally car I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
When I bought it from Mike, it had a 351 Windsor, as Ford small block motors do.
Yep.
It broke the motor, so I built kind of the ultimate motor that I could afford, and we ran that motor. Made about 460 horse, 460 torque.
Wow.
And changed the gearing around to really use that power, and we would see triple digits almost every stage.
Oh, wow.
As far as speed.
Yeah.
It was just a really fun, it's one of those things. It was stupid fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best rally car by any means.
Uh-huh.
It didn't survive ditch excursions.
Okay.
We had to play in the center of the road.
Yeah.
And events like 100 Acre Wood, when they would get snow down there. That was a real challenge to keep that Mustang out of the ditches.
Oh, yeah.
But my ice race experience really helped me with that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And obviously, Rob's co-driving, he knew what that car was capable of.
Mm-hmm.
And I joked with many people, if Rob thought I might have been a little bit too aggressive,
yeah,
he wouldn't say slow down. He'd say, it's a 3, which was great because he was giving me the information that I needed to kind of rein it in and drive more appropriately for what was coming.
So I reached out to Rob Rob Bond, because he was on the podcast a couple weeks ago talking about Rally Colorado, and he mentioned something about maybe the first time you were in the Mustang, you went for a spin or something.
Well, it's hard to remember which spin he's talking about.
Okay.
Because that car had so much power, and anybody who knows those Fox body Mustangs will know that the rear suspension wasn't necessarily optimized for any sort of racing. And if you put too much
Yeah.
power through it, you'd have grip, you'd have grip, you'd have grip, and then you had none.
Okay.
And so we swapped ends with some frequency. What Rob might be referring to is, I think it might have been the second time we ran 100 acre in the Mustang, maybe the first time. They had a long concrete stage. It was basically an access road for a mine in the area. And they put chicanes in with earth mover tires.
Oh, okay.
And the comment was that there's no way anybody would move those earth mover tires. You know, you use hay bales and things like that, and the chicane tends to get blown away. So they got these earth mover tires in there and made chicanes out of them. Well, Rob and I managed to move one of those earth mover tires 20 feet.
Oh, wow. That takes some momentum.
Yeah, the route book indicated that all the chicanes were the same severity, and there were 3 chicanes. The third one was not the same severity as the first 2. Yeah. And I went into it too fast. And they were made with three tires, and I made it past the first 2. Right. We didn't clear the third one.
Didn't clear the third. Wow. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun though. So you were really grassroots team, and who did you have over the years for your crew? Did you have friends and family, or did you bring other people?
It was all friends and family.
Yeah.
Obviously, my wife Mary was there at every rally.
Nice.
She was the crew chief, team manager, guiding saint, if you want to say it that way. She put up with a lot. When I get in race mode, I can get ornery. And she dealt with it. But the adventures that we got to have, along with the friends that went along, they're things that I cherish to this day.
Yeah, nice. So I imagine with you being focused on rally, did she get any time to get out and explore it all, or did she love to like to travel? And did the two of you get a chance to do any sightseeing, or was it always strictly business?
Well, she absolutely loved the travel.
Yeah.
And whenever we could, we would book an extra day.
Perfect.
And go looking around. One year we were at the Olympus rally and spent a day in Seattle and went to Pike Place Market. That was a fun experience.
Oh,
yeah. When we were running, it was before reconnaissance started. And you usually tried to get in a day early just to kind of check into the hotel, get everything ready. And that a lot of times was the day that we would go out to dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
But mostly for Mary, it was just the scenery, going. Sorry, my phone just chimed. I'll turn that down. The scenery going by when we were driving to and from the rallies. It, going to the main forest rally from Minneapolis, the easiest way was to go through Canada.
Oh, okay.
And it's just stunningly gorgeous. Yeah. And when we would go out to the West Coast, whether it was Oregon Trail or the Olympus Rally, going through the Rockies is glorious. And going down to Missouri for 100 Acre Wood.
Mm-hmm.
That's different geography than what we've got in Minnesota. Those rolling hills and all the woods, there wasn't any place that we went associated with Pro Rally that I was like, yeah, if it weren't for the rally, I wouldn't go here.
Yeah.
Every place was gorgeous.
Yeah, and you've got to know, you got to have that open mind though, and that uh, need or want to explore. And you can really find some wonderful places out there, and sometimes it's not too hard to find those great places kind of off the beaten path or off of the rally, so to speak.
And one co-driver that I didn't mention that I want to is Jeff Secor. We actually ran the Tall Pines Rally in his Golf.
Oh, okay.
We switched seats. He drove and I co-drove.
Nice.
I don't co-drive much.
Yeah. What car did you guys run in the Tall Pines?
He had a middle 80s Golf.
Oh, okay.
And we started pretty close to last because Jeff, hadn't driven. So we were way down the seed list. And I know that we finished the rally last.
Okay.
We weren't far behind as far as on the road. Yeah. So it wasn't like everybody left at the time control at the end. But a lot of people had left. But they had an actual finish ramp. But somebody earlier in the rally had broken the finish ramp. So we just pulled up and got out of the car, and they had some, I'll just say, women there that were, kind of cheerleaders of sorts.
Yeah.
And Jeff and I were the only ones that said, "Hey, how about a kiss on the cheek?" So there's photos running around with Jeff and I standing side by side, getting a kiss on the cheek from, I'll just call them the trophy women. And it's when you're out to just have fun.
Yeah.
And that's what we were at that rally. We were just out to have fun. And it was everything I could have hoped for.
Yeah. Nice. So while we've been sitting here chatting, I've been just sipping some tea, but you're sipping some whiskey, it looks like. You've got the proper glassware.
Yes.
So it's something that I've wanted to try, but I'm more of a bourbon guy. But I know a lot about beer, but not much about whiskey or bourbon. So for a newbie, do you have any advice for somebody who's just getting into it? I like the Jefferson's bourbon. I don't so much like the cheaper. Well, it's still cheap, but it's not, I guess, name brand, big, well known. But do you have any advice for somebody who wants to get into just having a nightcap at night? The best advice I got
is search your area, usually on Facebook, and find a tasting group.
Oh, okay.
There's usually groups of people that get together on a semi-regular schedule. And they'll have a whiskey tasting. My wife and I actively participate in 3 or 4 groups like that, including one that's folks that are local to where we live. And we try to get together once a month. I would say on average we get together 6 times a year.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And everybody brings some bottles, and you have little sips of each one, and you learn what you like.
Yeah, okay.
And exclusive of that, since you're into bourbon,
yeah,
I would say one of the best bottles for the money is Wild Turkey 101.
Oh, okay.
Another one is Old Forester 100 Signature.
Okay.
Wild Turkey 101, a 750 milliliter, is probably $20 to $25. The Old Forester is about the same. It's kind of like racing. How fast do you want to go? How much money do you want to spend?
There you go. Yeah. So one question I have about whiskey yet is I used to have a neighbor that was really into it. He had a friend who went down the Jack Daniels and actually paid for having his own blend. and he got something like 250 bottles out of it. So the neighbor would frequently invite me over and have some bourbon or whiskey. And I drove him crazy, but I would always ask for it neat. And he refused to serve it to me that way. He'd always put like a splash of water or an ice cube in it. In your opinion, what is the proper way to drink whiskey?
So there's a channel on YouTube, Whiskey Tribe and Whiskey Vault. They used to be the same thing. They split into two channels.
Okay.
And their motto, I think, is the best way to describe it.
Uh-huh.
The best whiskey is the whiskey you like the way you like it.
Okay.
So what I would say is the best thing to do is have your pour neat.
Yeah.
But have an eyedropper with water in it.
Oh, okay.
Add a couple drops of water. See if you like it more.
Okay.
Add a couple more drops of water. See if you like it more. Then take the same whiskey, pour it in what we call a lowball glass, and put a couple ice cubes in it, and see if that's your thing.
Okay.
It's however you like to enjoy that whiskey.
Okay.
Most whiskey nerds, and I use that phrase lovingly, will start with their whiskey neat.
Okay.
They want to see what the distillery had in mind when they bottled it. You can always add water. Yeah. It's really tough to take the water out.
There you go. Right. True. So is there a whiskey you think goes well with rallying? Obviously not while you're driving or co-driving, but
I'll tell you a story to a dear friend who isn't, or about a dear friend who isn't with us anymore. Doc Schrader.
Okay.
He was very involved in rally. He was a co-driver, and I think he lived in Oklahoma. But when we went down for the rallies that used to happen at Camp Maxey, just outside of Paris, Texas, he would always bring a bottle of Gentleman Jack.
Okay.
And a couple bottles of Old Number 7. And his idea was, if you get through the Gentleman Jack, nobody's going to know that they're drinking Old Number 7.
There you go.
So, for sentimental reasons, I call Gentleman Jack the rally whiskey.
Oh, nice. There you go. Perfect. So back to rally. Do you keep up with the current seasons that have been going on, and how much do you follow?
To be honest, I don't follow it much.
Yeah.
You know, I'm on the groups on Facebook, and I see what's happening, but I'm so separated from it that it doesn't really resonate with me anymore. The sport was going more and more expensive.
Yeah.
And I got to an age where I had to think about retirement. So the money I had to spend on rally got lower and lower.
There you go.
And it was just kind of a progression for me.
Yeah.
If I had unlimited funds, I'd still be rallying. It absolutely is the form of motorsport that I am most passionate about. My wife and I are enjoying watching the Dakar Rally highlights that are available now. You know, I love the sport, but it's one of those things. If I can't do it, it's hard for me to be involved because it hurts more that I can't go and do it.
Right. I gotcha. Yeah. Totally understand. With Dakar, I've been watching some of the Dakar highlights in the mornings while I have my coffee this week, and I like the big trucks. For some reason, I love those big trucks and seeing them just go incredible speeds and sometimes pass some of the cars. But I really like the classic division as well. Are there portions of the Dakar that you like more than the other?
Well, I'll tell you, with what you just said, you're preaching to the choir.
Okay.
I love the big trucks. I love the classic class. I like the side-by-sides just because it's an attainable vehicle to some extent.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, if I had the opportunity to choose a Dakar vehicle to drive in the Dakar event, I'd be the driver of one of the big trucks.
You know, I thought the exact same thing this morning, but then I thought that'd be great until it came time to change a tire.
Well, that's why they've got 3 guys in that truck, right?
Oh, right. I'd have to be the driver because I'd probably most likely wouldn't have to lift a finger, right?
Oh, I think.
Well, in Dakar, they probably have to.
That are in the truck, when something goes sideways, everybody is trying to figure out how to right the ship.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Rallying is so much fun to watch, and really enjoy it. So,
well, I've had a number of people that I've talked to about my motorsports history, and anybody who knows what rally is,
yeah.
When I tell them that I rallied for 15 years, they look at me like, "How did you last that long?"
Yeah.
And I'm very, very proud of that history, because we accomplished more than we should have given the equipment that we had, and I made so many friends in the sport, and it's a great community.
Yeah. I think when we had spoken earlier before the podcast the other day, you said the key was going fast and missing shit?
Yes, that I told you that is one of my favorite toasts to offer, especially when I'm around people that don't get rally.
Yeah.
And I give them a short, explanation of what it means before I actually offer up the toast. And when I say that toast, here's to going fast and missing shit, it's always met with laughter.
Yeah, I'm gonna remember that when I go and grab a bottle of whiskey or bourbon next time. I'm gonna definitely use that one for sure. So, well, I really appreciate you taking the evening and sitting down with me and talking about some of the history that you have with rally and some of your cars and the fun that you've had. And thank you so much.
It was absolutely my pleasure. And like I said, the older I get, the faster I was.
Yeah.
And it's fun to relive those stories.
Right. Great quote. So thanks again, Mark, and you have a good evening. And say hello to your wife for me. She sounds like she's a real gem and should be fun to chat with sometime as well. So
I'm a very lucky man.
Yep. All right. Great. Cheers.
Thank you.
Don't go away quite yet. I will start reading some rally-related quotes at the end of each episode, starting with a number of them provided to me by Loose Marbles. If you have some quotes you would like me to read, let me know and I'll read them. This week's quote is by Tim Shannon, as told by Jim Walker. Ever wonder why they put those rubber plugs in the floor pan of a car so you can hose out the inside? Jim Walker took his newly delivered WRC spec factory prepared Fiat 131 on its first shakedown with his mechanic. Jim came flat out over a crest and down a long steep hill, headed straight for a T intersection. He slammed the clutch paddle repeatedly against the metal floor to sound like a dead pedal, screaming, "No brakes! No brakes!" Now you know why they have drain holes to hose out the cockpit. Thanks, Lou. Until next time. If you'd like to be on the podcast, you can email me, jim@jimboothdesigns.com, or message me through Facebook at Rallying in America, the Recce Podcast, or Instagram, rallying_in_America. Special thanks to Brady Instruments, pro-grade, handmade, professional fuel hydrometers. Visit bradyinstruments.com for all of your fuel testing needs. Thanks to Toontank and the artist Nuclear Wave for the podcast theme music.